Hello, good morning! YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Today I'm gonna talk with my dear friend Steven Healey about live stream talks about topics based on live stream. And today we're gonna talk about reusing content. So if you want to learn something about this, please stay there, stay tuned. Hello, Steven. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning, Marco, and hello, LinkedIn, and everywhere else that Marco is broadcasting.
Well, how was the weekend? Well, we are almost in the next week.
It seems a long time ago. The weekend was wet in the UK, wet and windy, and it wasn't the time that you'd actually want to go outside. So it's good that that's out of the way. The sun is shining today. And how was your weekend?
Well, the weekend was okay, but the weather now it's a little gray. Also, I think you blow the clouds to the south of Europe.
So, that's right. We get it first, and then it goes across to you.
By the way, for those who are looking at this broadcast now or a little bit later on at 1 p.m. GMT, me, Steven, Brigetti, and Irene from Be Live, we're gonna make a live stream on YouTube about YouTube, how to go live stream on YouTube. So you shouldn't lose it. It's a multinational broadcast with
it is.
UK, South Africa, Philippines, I think, and Portugal. Yes. Oh my God. How are we going to understand each other?
Because we'll all be speaking English. I mean, the broadcast is obviously to introduce people to Be Live broadcasting to YouTube. And it's also to talk about using YouTube to promote online courses. So it's an opportunity to actually talk about our courses on Udemy.
Absolutely.
To the world.
Absolutely. That's one thing I already talked. That's one thing I should put my hands on really soon, which is YouTube. I'm neglecting YouTube. I should use it, which could be the start of this conversation. Today we're gonna talk about reusing our content generated across live streaming, which is a powerful way to generate content. I think you and me, we are on the same on same wave about it, Steven. And
totally. Yeah.
It's really important to reuse the content. Can you share your thoughts about this, please, Steven?
Reusing certainly. As you say, we both repurpose, because you creating content when you go live and you reach a live audience, and then you've got the replay. You're actually creating content which you can use elsewhere. And the primary place to actually take your Facebook lives is over to YouTube. And there are two ways you can do that. You can download the video from live in HD and take that over to YouTube, and that's perfect way of doing it, because you're getting high quality video on YouTube, better quality on Facebook. Or you can use something like repurpose.io, which will do it automatically for you, but that's actually taking the Facebook video rather than the HD video. Having got the video on YouTube, you've got two choices. First one's to do nothing, and we know when we do nothing, nothing happens. And the second one is to actually promote a new video to YouTube so that people can hear about it.
Yeah. That's one of my problems. For instance, this video is now on YouTube also live, and then it just stayed there alone. I need to well, because I guess I guess no. I'm sure about it. YouTube, it's the video thing. Nothing more to say. But it's the one who gives you more work to do to put things okay. And then there's another problem. You get overwhelmed for everything you need to do to, and I have, I guess, more than 200 videos there. So
Yeah.
oh, I need to put tags and descriptions and titles and the end screen and all that things. How do you manage that, Steven?
Right. Okay. First of all, 200 videos. You've got the history of live broadcasting on there, so you can go back to your first one and promote that as this is how it all began. I think that the critical thing is to say, right, okay, I'm going to categorize. I'm going to create a playlist for each of the shows, group of shows that I do. So for argument's sake, I've got a group for Blubbing for Britain, which has been going 5 years. And I've got a group for Inspired by Video, which I do with John on Thursdays as well. And then having got that, and as you say, get the titles right, get the description right, start to promote it. Now, the way I promote it is by putting the HD replay back onto Facebook, okay, and also tweeting out. Now, as you said earlier, actually go to YouTube content. So therefore, if you can get them in to your content and watching one video, the odds are they will watch 3 or 4. Yeah, and it's just being consistent. That's the thing. We know if you live consistently, people come and watch you on Facebook. Now we're trying to replicate that on YouTube. But the other thing is, with the wealth of video we've both created, we've got the opportunity to say, right, come and watch. And that's basically what we're actually doing, is saying, come and watch our video about this particular topic. I'm talking to this particular person, and you may also like to watch these videos. And that's the beauty, because you put up one video and that can link to 5 other videos of your choice. And what happens is people watch, nobody watches the whole video on YouTube. Some people do it, most people don't. But what they will do is video hop, and they'll go through your catalogue. So it's worth the investment, because most of the videos that you and I create are evergreen. They're not news. They a shelf life, which is, if we did a video about camera confidence, then that is important until we do a video 3 or 4 months later on the same topic. Yeah. So in other words, our videos have got a shelf life of between 3 and 6 months, as opposed to having a shelf life of a day on Facebook. So it is worth the investment. And that's why I do it, because more and more people actually come and watch your videos and learn about what you're trying to do.
Yeah, it is.
That was a long answer.
And Heather, the good answer. and by the way, which tools do you use? Because one of the things I like to do with my live videos is to use the recording. And now I record to the machine directly to the HD my live streams. One thing I like to do is to cut and to send nuggets across all the platforms. We have lots of them where we can share our videos. I'm now also giving a try on IGTV from Instagram. Well, it's challenging because you have to do more graphics and so on, because it's the vertical thing. Well, do you use to use also nuggets? How do you make, for instance, which software you use to make it and all that stuffs?
Right. Okay. The one that I would obviously go for straight off is in video, because you can, as you said, what you want to do is package the clip so it looks good and catches people's eyes. Now, a video on its own won't do that, but a video with graphics and text on InVideo. Import the video to InVideo, the clip. Make sure it's set up for IGTV, and you can do that. You don't have to do anything magical. You just select 9:16 and you're away. And you can use that to create clips. The other thing I've done lately is I've upgraded my Camtasia, and I've started working with Camtasia again after a several-year break. But it's not the tools that are the thing; it's the ideas, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got to frame it in such a way that people actually stop and look at it and think, "I've got to watch that." And on IGTV, you've got to catch people's attention, because I'm not there, so I'm going to bow to your expertise in the area.
Well,
so how do you use IGTV?
Well, I'm using, for instance, on IGTV, your video length should be more than 1 minute, less than 1 hour. Mm-hmm. For instance, right. If I have a live stream less than 1 hour, I put it there. Just this. I make the cover, because if you don't do it, it will people will see a awkward thing. A capture, which is not good, doesn't, and you can't edit later, which is, I think it's not a nonsense, but it's okay. And I put there. I started, I guess, last week. I have just 5 videos or something, or so. I guess I need to put more. But there's one thing I think it's important about, because I've been noticing this on my trainings, and when I talk to people and all that kind of conversations about starting, and mostly about live video, and some of them focus on the tech things about, oh, it's difficult, I need a fancy expensive webcam, an expensive microphone, the software, and so on. And I need to, I don't know if you have this kind of challenge too, which is to break all these myths and look, start with the phone. It's okay. For instance, to edit my videos, I'm now using Filmora, which is more complex and sophisticated. But first I used a cheap software which I brought by 35 euros or something. I'm also using it, which is my favorite one, because it downsize it compress the video in a really nice way when you want to upload to social networks, which is Screencastomatic, which doesn't compromise the quality of the video, but it compresses a lot. I made the experience, and last week I had a video with 4 gigabytes, and I guess at the end it was 400 mega, I think.
Yeah.
And you also use you also use Screencastomatic. Your thoughts about it to this thing we are talking about?
Right. Okay. I use Screencastomatic on my Udemy courses because it's so simple to set it up, press record, and it will go away and record, you said, in high definition, no messing, cameras there, and you can talk to a script, you can talk off the cuff. And after you've actually finished the recording, you don't need to go anywhere, because Screencastomatic has a built-in editor. So you can take the content you've just created, and you can cut out the bits where you stuttered or sing. You can sort of tighten it up a bit. And then in addition to that, you can put titles on, you can put logos on, you can put anything you want to over the top of the video to actually explain things a little bit more. And for $15 to $19 a year is crazy. What the software can do for that price is absolutely crazy. It compares well with any of the software out there, and it will take your recorded video or help you record live, and it's just perfect. It's the best there is. I say that without
yeah, because
without spending a lot of money.
Yeah, that I guess that's the the three big things about Screencast-O-Matic, it's an amazing tool for screen capture. For me, it's amazing. It's very cheap because we know how expensive could be live video editors, and it's really easy to use. For me, for instance, which I'm a lazy video editor, I almost just want to cut, and that's okay. Finish.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I think that most of the times we are thinking about producing a Hollywood video, film or something, and because of that, I'm overwhelmed. I won't reuse this content. It will stay apart there, stored on your HD. And then you're losing opportunities. You're losing the chance to reuse the content, which is crazy, because you can do it in the easy way.
Well, the thing is about live video, we're actually telling a story. Every video we do tells a different story, and it's the story we tell, it's the content that matters, not how brilliant production, because we know that there are going to be mistakes in any video. How content is and how good the message is that you're trying to convey. If the video succeeds in delivering the content, then people will forgive the odd blip, the odd error in the video. It's not about, if life was about perfection, you'd lose. Life is about trying to be perfect, and actually just do it. Just don't leave anything behind on the cutting room. People see it. Let people judge you. It's more interesting for people who watch video if there is the odd mistake, because you want people to remember you, and they won't remember you for your perfection because they're not perfect. What they'll remember you for is for the things that go wrong, and that's just the way life is. And that's why Mark and I make mistakes.
Yeah,
so that absolutely. You remember us.
I don't know who. I think it was. I don't know if you follow the channel on YouTube, Livestream Pros or something. I think it's that name,
I do.
Which is a couple. They are, for instance, two things about it. First, they used to make reviews of cameras, software, hardware to go live, and then they start talking, and I look at my Logitech C920, and I say, "Oh my God, I'm so low budget, my God!" and the microphone and everything. They talk about hundreds of dollars. 1,000 and I'm with a webcam $60 or something. and that's the thing. People sometimes think that you need a very expensive thing, and you don't. And the other thing I've seen the other day, I don't know if you know a well-known YouTuber, Marquis Brownlee, which is
no.
And
okay.
And he was talking on his show, for instance, you should start, and then you start improving the cameras and so on. Don't just start. It's most important of start. And then he showed a video from Marquis when he started 10 years ago. 10 years ago, he was, I think, 16 or 17, and he was on the webcam of the laptop. And you see him moving the laptop cover to adjust the webcam, very, very young, and doing. And we see now where he is. Oh my God!
Yeah, indeed. And he's been an excellent mind getting it wrong. That we're all on a journey, aren't we? I mean, you actually improve things, and you learn as you go along. I mean, there's virtually something new every day to investigate.
Yeah, and the other, excuse me, and the other thing is, and it's happening with me. I didn't felt the will to start using more fancy, more complex software to going live. I was just doing on the platform, on the own platform, or using Be Live. I give a try in some other platforms, but my favorite one was Be Live, and still, well, to make it simple, Be Live, it's an amazing tool. It's really easy to use. It gives you nice results. If you want to make things a little a step forward, you should give a try in other platforms so you can see how they work and all that. For instance, if you want to be a live stream advisor, you should work on another platform so you can have a broader box of tools to talk to people about. And I didn't felt that will to try anything. For instance, I guess we spoke some time ago about OBS, and maybe I've told you, well, I think it's very hard to use it. You have to make a college degree to work with OBS. And finally, in December, when I got allowance from LinkedIn to go live, I needed a tool like OBS to do this. And I give a try on OBS, and I say, oh, it's not that hard to use. You can make it.
It's similar. It's similar in a way to actually learning a language, isn't it? If you me on this, I'll get there in a minute. If you're learning, if you've got one language, then that's it. You don't know any other languages or any other cultures. If you add a second language, French, say, as we did at school, and then German, and then Spanish, and then Portuguese, the more languages that you learn, the better you understand everything. So in terms of using broadcasting software, coming back to Marco's point, the more software that you use, the better you get. And then you can switch from OBS to vMix to XSplit to StreamYard to Be Live to even to Facebook Live Producer. Your options are open now, and the skills are transferable. If you learn how to use the camera on one, you know how to use the camera on another. It's just great to be involved in all this high-tech stuff and to understand it as well. That helps.
Absolutely. And the audio, Steven, are you reusing your audio from live streams?
Not at the moment. I've tried. It's a question of having the time. I spoke to Matt last week, and I'm going to try doing a podcast on Podbean and take the tracks from the videos, the ones that transfer, the ones that are not visual. How are you doing on the podcasting front?
Well, I started and it was going really hard. I should figure out how to do it. I maybe should listen to some podcasters to understand how they start, because few listenings. I just a couple of them in each episode, so I need to figure out how I'm gonna make it to get people to listen, because it's I should take advantage. This year I think podcast will blow, so I really need to do this, because there's lots of content there. It's not that hard to edit audio. I don't know which tool you use to edit audio, but Audacity, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's free.
It's free.
It gets you amazing results, and for instance, in average, I spend half an hour, 1 hour editing 30 to 50 minutes podcast, which is not which is not lot of time. For instance, I have some parts which are pre-recorded for the outro. It's the same.
Yeah.
I have the intro. The intro, it depends. I do as I do here. Because sometimes I couldn't be there. It's on the podcast. It's the special marketing live show because it doesn't make sense. But I need to figure it out. It's not a technical issue because Audacity is very easy to use. Just have to put a cover there, and on Photoshop it's not a point. I need to understand how distribution works to see to take advantage of that, because there's if you are making a show and nobody listen, okay, you should stop and understand how it should be.
Yeah, I mean, as far as repurposing goes, you could actually take the audio over to Anchor.fm, and Anchor.fm is free and always will be. And once you've got started on there and you've got several episodes on, then they will start distributing it, and you get to the stage where you're over on Spotify or over on iTunes. You've done nothing than record the original podcast, which is the greatest of repurposing the audio, because you're actually taking one audio file and transferring it across all the networks, all the audio networks. The question is, as you just mentioned there, do you actually take the audio straight from your live broadcast and put it onto Anchor.fm?
That's the platform.
Or, yeah.
Okay, it's awkward. Okay, it's Anchor.
No, we're good. You could, but if you spend the time, it's like if you spend the time crafting a live show. If you spend the time editing the audio and cutting it back so that it's actually flows correctly with the promo, then that would be a good investment. And then you go. What you should, if you want to get into podcasting, have a chat with Matt. Matt is Run Chat Live, and he's been on my show, or I've been on his show, or we've been on Be Live together, and.
Okay.
He's gone over to Podbean.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. This is beauty of networking. We sort of introduce each other to
yeah, it is. It is because I'm using Anchor also, but I don't use the Anchor editor. I think I used on the first episode, but now I like to edit on Audacity, and then I upload the whole audio to Anchor, which is better. And I've noticed that you also repurpose, because you should do this also, screen captures from your shows to promote the next one. For instance, which people also does, is to use some quote you said or your guest said on the live, and then share it across the platforms. How do you use this, and how do you do this?
Okay. I don't. I should, but it's one of the things that I don't do. I don't I put a show card together to actually promote an upcoming show, but I don't actually use clips from previous shows to illustrate what people will be seeing. So that's a thought. I'll take that thought away and see if we can. But yourself, you use clips quite a bit, yeah?
Yeah, sometimes, not often. There's a nice tool to do screen captures. I've been doing. Maybe I will do another one this week.
Okay.
Tutorials about tools to reuse content, to repurpose. I did one with VLC to rip off the audio. I did one with Sketch. I don't know if you know the tool Sketch, which is to screen capture just image and then you can put notes, and you could put arrows and rectangles and underlines and everything, which is amazing. It's a tool owned by Evernote. So, for instance, you can make a screen capture on your mobile phone, and then you upload to the Evernote cloud, and you can access through the PC to the image, or vice versa. And it allows you nice stickers, different stickers. For instance, pay attention to this. Oh, I love this. Different, with a heart. With a it's a really nice tool to do this. And well, of course, you can just do the screen capture, the image on that tool, for instance, for a player or something, and then you can import it to Canva, which I will make a tutorial also, because lots of people know Canva at least, but they don't know really how to use it. So I'm gonna make also a tutorial which will be longer, because you have so many options on Canva, but it's also a nice tool to use the screen capture you can make. For instance, at this point, my guest said this, you put the capture there, the quote.
So many things we can do.
Yeah, the point is, I think one of the problems is that you get overwhelmed. Oh, I can do so many things. Which one will I do? I guess, and I figured it out when I was editing my podcast, is to make a framework. I think it's the most important, because, for instance, when I started editing the audio, I was putting like the timeline of the audio. It was like I was editing it. For instance, first intro, then I put the music intro, and then another thing, and then the main audio, and then the outro, and then the music outro. But I figured it out. It was not the proper way, because first I needed to edit the main audio, because it's when I'm gonna spend more time to cut the and all the things. And for instance, if you made it live, that there's if someone comes to the live and say, hey, hello, how are you? And hello, Jose, how are you? I think that's no need to put this on the podcast. No. True. If it's a question relevant to the topic, okay, perfect. No, you should. But this kind of comments, I think that you should take it away. So first of all, I at the end I was editing the main audio, and then I put everything together, because I think it's easy to manage, because you will get a huge timeline, and you get overwhelmed. Where is this? Where is that? And in my opinion, the main audio first. You can do it there on another tab, for instance, of Audacity, which allows you, or on the main tab first, and then you put everything together. It's, for me, and I guess it's the challenge is to figure out your framework. For instance, today I'm gonna do this and this. Take 5 captures from my live videos and quote the image. Tomorrow I'm gonna take 5 nuggets from a video. I guess it's the point, but we get overwhelmed, and we are the other problem is we are solo players. We don't have a team on the back.
No, we don't have a team
to help us. And then I think, let me know if I'm wrong. Our stuff, it's to be in front of camera, talking and laughing, and sometimes, okay, let's put this aside. Let me create more content, more video. Let me put in front of camera. I guess it's the problem.
This is the part where we not only enjoy ourselves, but we're actually able to tell our stories and help people with live broadcasting or with whatever topic we're talking about. And it's easier to do this than it is to sit down and painstakingly edit something. So yeah, I mean, we always try to do what we love and leave the things that we don't till last, which means that something is not going to get done, and that's true of all of us. That's human nature, isn't it?
Absolutely. I don't know if someone who's looking at us, if has so many questions to make us. Any doubt? Oh, we have lots of comments. Suda, sorry, they were not coming. Hola, Andrea.
Hello.
Oh my God, we have. I was here monitoring the comments on LinkedIn. Nothing showed. I refreshed the page and woo! Amazing. Amazing. Soda, how are you? Well, to separate video and audio, I use VLC. iMovie, I think it's just for Mac, right?
Yeah, Mac. You could also use Windows Movie Maker if you can find it on Windows.
Well, I'm using. I have another VLC. For me, it's okay to rip off audio. So that's one thing. If I'm comfortable with something, it makes if it is a basic job, you don't need more things to do. Just rip off the audio. VLC works for me. It's okay. But thank you for the suggestion. Okay, you're using also Audacity. Platforms to distribution. Okay, you can do in Facebook group. Thank you. It's no, I don't do subtitles. Oh, nice point. Let's talk about web captioner. What do you think, Steven? Because we forgot that. Shame on me. Shame on me. It's my fault. My bad.
No, okay. But I mean, web capture is great for subtitles. If it's just you on screen and you're live, then you could have it up as a panel on the screen. It could be actually transcribing as you're live, and it works reasonably well. And it's easy to use and it's free. You can't ask for better than that, really. All you do is you set up it on a Chrome tab on your own browser, and then you bring it into the broadcast, and it will actually, as I'm talking now, it will transcribe what I'm saying and show it on the screen. And it's pretty real time and it's pretty good. And once it gets used to you, then, you know, the more you use it, the better it gets. Simple as.
Yeah, and there's one thing about web captioner. Okay, I'm gonna show it on the screen. Let me search for it. One thing nice about web captioner, Steven, it's that you can, at the end, you can stop captioning, and you can export the doc file or Word file, and you get a sketch of a blog post.
Which is amazing. Yeah, true. That's good.
Which is amazing.
I agree. Totally.
As you said, it's 80% accurate. I guess it's not bad.
That's not bad for free.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think how much it costs to actually have a video transcribed professionally?
Well, Suda, you have the down there. You have the site. Yeah, web captioner. Sorry. Which is also amazing because, for instance, if you want the perfect blog post, you put on top the video you made on a live video. Then you put the text, which could be brought by web captioner. Then some images you made, screen captures. Oh, at this point I said this, pa 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 pa. At this point I said this, pa 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 pa. And at the end, for instance, you can put the audio track by a podcast. You can import from Spotify, for instance, or something.
Yeah.
And then you know, people can consume the content they like most. They stay more time on the post, which is really important for Mr. Google. How many time spend people looking at the You're welcome, Suda.
Content.
It's amazing. Well, Steven, final thoughts? Well, we should...
Final thoughts. Remember when you're live that you're going to be repurposing the content. Play for the replay. In other words, more people will watch what you're doing on the replay, and then take the content and use it everywhere. Thank you. And thank you for inviting me, Marco.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure. Well, we see in 2 weeks. We see again on Tuesday, 11 a.m. GMT. But
yes,
if it's hard for you to handle so many times without seeing us, we invite you to look at YouTube Be Live channel later at 1 p.m. We're going to talk about live streaming on YouTube, how to take advantage of that powerful video network and all that kind of stuff. Don't lose it, okay? And also, if you are following me today at 5 p.m. Portugal, 6 p.m. Madrid, I'm going to back today. It's a live stream day for me. And I'll be back.
Wow.
Ahora un poquito en castellano para que entendáis. Más tarde, a las 6 de la tarde, hora de Madrid, tendremos aquí una invitada más, Federica Torombeta, y va a hablar de la memoria, cómo podemos trabajar la memoria para que después la memoria trabaje para nosotros. ¿Ok? Nos vemos en un ratito. También a la 1 de la tarde, hora de Portugal, 2 hora de España, estaré con Steven, con Irene y con Brigetti, hablando del tema de live streaming en YouTube y cómo puedes sacarle partido. Por lo tanto, quedas ahí pendiente. Puedes ir a YouTube, entras en la página de Be Live y pones ahí un recordatorio para que puedas asistir a ese directo, ¿vale? Si tienes sugerencias, si tienes dudas, por favor, ponlas ahí en los comentarios, ¿vale? If you have any doubts, if you want to share something, please let us know on the comments. If your question is for Steven, please tag him so he can know that you made it. Question? No translation, you can't do this, Sura. You have to do by hand. Okay, Steven, see you later. Thank you for all of you who are watching us. We see you in a little more than 1 hour. Bye. Bye.
Bye.